ọba ẹwàre mẹnigo òkè kẹ́nẹ́kẹ́nẹ́ má dọ̀yọ̀ ọ̀làdéwù mọ̀jàdá ẹ̀ o túra tọ́ gbèké ọba àtọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ọba àtọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ èyí kà ọ́ yàwé wọ́n bá wọn o túra tọ́ gbèké èyí kà ọ́ yàwé wọ́n bá wọn o túra tọ́ gbèké ọba àtọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ẹgbọ́n sí ni ẹ̀dọ́ ẹgbọ́n sí ni ẹ̀tífà ẹgbọ́n wẹ́gíà ẹgbọ́n tilẹ̀ ẹgbọ́n tẹ́pẹ́ ẹgbọ́n sí ni ẹ̀lọ́kẹ́jọ́ ẹgbọ́n sí ni ẹ̀mùsù ọba àtọ́gbẹ́ iṣẹ́.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this press briefing. As we gather here today, we are here representing the interests of our great Benin people and Nigeria at large. Thank you very much. Dear our illustrious Edo brothers and sisters, we the leaders and stakeholders of the above-mentioned organization, which is made up of different ethnic groups, organization, have come together to humbly throw our undiluted support to the advice given by our revered palace as contained in her press statement dated 24 of July 2024. While appealing to the good people of Edo State to shift their desire towards the planned nationwide protest against hunger and suffering in Nigeria, tagged End Bad Government. As it is becoming evidently evident that the planned nationwide protest might be hijacked from the genuine organizers stroke protesters, as it were observed during 2020 NSAS protest and 2023 cashless policy protest, where Edo State was converted to destructive ground by hijackers of the aforementioned protest. Therefore, if robust engagement stroke dialogue between the government and the concerned Nigerian masses are not initiated before any planned protest, a more grievous and uncontrollable protest might take place, arising from the way and manner some people whose intention of looting and destroying our people's goods and livelihood and government properties are busting out over the planned nationwide protest. As defenders of human rights and advocates of egalitarian society, we are well equipped about protest, which is the fundamental right of the citizens as enshrined in Nigerian Constitution. However, we are using this medium to appeal to our people to respect the advice that was offered by our revered palace to withdraw from the planned nationwide protest scheduled for August 1st, 2024. To avoid the protest being hijacked by destructive-minded individuals that may lead to looting, destruction of public/private properties, like breaking of prison walls and other negative factors, which we no doubt negatively affect the struggling and suffering masses of Nigeria. Owing to the intense political situation in Edo State, occasioned by the fast approaching gubernatorial election, which is scheduled to hold 21st of September 2024. Historically, whenever our highly respected Oba of Benin, Oba Atokbe,
He said,
advise his subjects, who are Edo people, on salient matters like the planned nationwide protest, then it is traditionally incumbent on us to heed to his advice. And any contrary stand against our revered palace position is customarily considered as sacrilege. Thus, in order not to incur the wrath of our ancestors, we are left with no choice than to abide by the timely press statement that was issued by our revered Oba of Benin, our father, who is the spiritual head of Edo, and it is our earnest prayers that the good people of Edo State will obey the sacred advice offered by our revered palace. Having instructed Edo people and Nigeria not to partake in the planned protest and to give President Tinubu administration some time, we will observe his spiritual and wise counsel, because where a great king sits, he can see and determine the future.
Oba Atokbe,
He said, we therefore call on all the sundry, Enigie, Okareles, Christians, Muslims, and all citizens of Edo State to kindly comply with the above sacred counsel. Thank you all, and God bless. Oba Atokbe, this message is reaching you from Network of Benin Ethnic Nationality Organization. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Oba Atokbe,
He said,
In addition, as an advocate of egalitarian society and people who believe in human rights, we are not in support of any form of destructive protest, but we are in support of protests that will lead to a thoroughbred and a well-organized society. So our position here today is that, having heard from our great king that we should shift our plan to protest, we had no choice than to align and abide by the decision made by our king, because it's on record, and it's a record that once our king speaks, whatever he says is binding on us, and anybody that go contrary to the position of the king, automatically that person becomes an enemy of the palace. So we are using this medium to appeal to Edo people to see reason with the great Oba of Benin Kingdom. Everybody know that our king is not like every other monarch. He's a reserved king. Before he comes out to speak, you will know that yes, he has consulted with our ancestors. So our Oba is, as a spiritual head of Edo State, he knows the implication of what the forthcoming protest will be. Because most times when a protest is scheduled to be organized in Nigeria, Edo State is always seen as a state for destructive protest. Like for instance, in 2020, where people like us converge to champion a cause that will bring about good governance, some person hijacked the protest. And it was upon that premise me and my colleague, like my colleague here, Imande, who is also a NAS leader, we converged and resolved that we will postpone the protest. Thank you when everybody heads are calm. So it was based on that premise, the EndSARS protests were brought to a standstill. And as we speak, those issues that we advocated for have not been tackled. Even when we were made members of EndSARS panel, the issue that we debated on is currently before the government. Up to today, he has not implemented the panel report. So if we are to protest, then it is people like us that should champion the cause, not people that want to use this era, because we are in a political era, to score cheap political points. So I would advise us by our great king. We have a strong opinion that Edo people should listen to the advice of our great king. Otherwise, what will befall on them, our enemy, might become counterproductive. So henceforth, everybody must align, must key in line with what our great king has said. Oba Atokpe!
He said.
Respected public, a little addendum to what my colleague has earlier posited. The tranquility and peace of this state is a collective effort which everybody must hold potently. We must not join destructive agents, enemy of progress, to destroy our homes. Our home must be protected against all odds. We've already seen the writing on the wall. For this simple reason, we want to adhere strictly to the candid advice of our monarch, the Supreme King of Benin Kingdom. Adhering to his advice does not make us to be less inferior, make us to be more human and more reasonable. So therefore, we want to appeal to the good people of Edo State to sheathe their sword and have a foresight, because an elder has given a very renowned advice against possible destruction of property, looting of people's goods, and people want to also use that same medium to score some political point, which Edo people, the peace of Edo State, our oneness is more better, is more important, is more stronger than any political party, as the case may be. So therefore, we as the children of the monarch want to respect and also advise our fellow colleagues, our friends, our mothers, our fathers, to tell their children to stay at home and be peaceful and observe a moment. If we must call out government, we must call out all government of all strata. We must call out our councillors. We must call out our local government chairmen. We must call out our House of Assembly members. We must call out our House of Representative members. We must call out our senators. We must call out our governors that the subsidy removal money is being shared monthly, and also government must also be held accountable. This protest must be seen via different dimensions. Peace is the only way. Conclusively, we want to appeal where those state people that will not be participating in this protest. If we must participate in the protest should be peaceful. We must come to a round table and discuss the way forward. Thank you very much.
Oba Atokpe!